Solutions Diva. I'm Laura Mori, and today I've got a great simple recipe for scones. I love the flavor of scones, but every recipe I've ever seen has been really labor intensive, and it's with a lot of butter and cutting the butter into the flour. Not this recipe. I was so excited. This recipe doesn't even include butter. I thought scones were filled with butter. Not this one. So let me get to the nitty-gritty details. First of all, in a mixing bowl, I've combined 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/3 cup of sugar, and I've mixed it up. Separately, in a measuring cup, liquid measuring cup, I have 1 1/3 cup heavy whipping cream mixed with a teaspoon of vanilla. So you take that and you're going to gently drizzle this over the dry mixture, and you're just going to kind of keep folding it in, and the goal is you don't want this to get too wet. You don't want it sticky. You want it, it's going to be a dry mixture but not too dry. So there's kind of a little fine line as to where it's reached that point. So I am going to mix this up. Oh, this is looking really good. So we're getting this in here now. Next, what I'm going to do for this, I am going to add my strawberries. This is 3/4 cup strawberries, chopped kind of chunky but not too chunky. And we are just going to add this, oh yum, to the recipe. And you are going to gently fold this in, making sure you get this mixed up, that sweetness of the strawberries. There's a little juice even in here. That's just going to make these so tasty. Now, I've washed my hands, so I want to show you. This is what we mean by a dry dough, but not too dry. You don't see, I don't feel like the flour all over my fingers, and yet it's not sticky. It's moist, but it's not sticky. So that is what we mean by that. So next step, we're going to lay this out on a floured surface, and we're going to cut our scones. The next step in this process is you're going to turn your dough out onto a lightly floured work surface. I'm using a simple pastry mat, and you're going to use your hands and you're going to flatten this out into a disc shape to about 3/4 of an inch thick. And then you're going to take a cookie cutter or a biscuit cutter. I like to make these small, so I'm improvising, and I'm using a metal ramekin that I think is just the perfect size, and I'm using it to cut out these lovely little scones. So you place your scones on a parchment paper lined cookie sheet, and then you're going to brush the scones with more of that cream. And then you're going to use a little natural turbinado sugar and sprinkle on top. And then we're going to put this in the oven at 425 for 12 to 14 minutes. And keep a lookout and make sure these don't burn, because everyone's oven is different. And we'll catch you on the other side. Well, here they are, fresh and hot out of the oven. I got to tell you, this is so easy to make. It took me less than a half an hour to assemble and then bake them. So they're perfect for serving as maybe a special treat on the weekend for family or friends, or just to have a little extra little something in the afternoon with your cup of tea or coffee. They're not too sweet and they're yummy. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week on SimpleSolutionsDiva.com. I've been waiting.